Hey, let me ask you something. If you're making an investment, you probably want to investigate it and know what you're getting yourself into. Am I correct? Well, for today's real estate nugget, I'm going to go over what you should pay for your due diligence on your investment. And then I'm going to go over how to approach it efficiently and another way to approach it if you have much more resources. And at the end, I'm going to share with you some cool tools that home inspectors use to do due diligence and inspect your investment. So when you make an investment, you want to think of it as if it was your own body. You want to check up on it, you want to investigate it, make sure it is okay. So the general inspection, think of it like an annual medical exam that you go to your doctor for. At least I hope you're doing that once a year. But think of the general inspection just as a general annual inspection with your doctor. It is very broad, it is very general. The doctor, your annual checkup, they will be really broad and look at you overall and see if there's any concerns to point out to you before you go to a specialist. Let's say a neurologist, a cardiologist, a podiatrist, if they find any areas of concern after giving you your annual checkup. So the general home inspection would be just like that. They will go ahead and investigate everything from the roof to the plumbing, outlets, in a very superficial way to see if there are any areas of concern. Now, if they do see areas of concern, then they'll go ahead and recommend specialists such as a roofer, a plumber, a structural engineer. So that would be like the specialist that a doctor would recommend you for, such as a neurologist, cardiologist. In this case, it would be plumbers, roofers, structural engineers. So that is the more efficient way to approach investigating your investment, doing the due diligence, because you have just one person examining very broadly and pointing out areas of concern so you can look into it and investigate further for your investment before you take that final leap. Now that's an efficient way to do it because you're dealing with one person. Now, if you have a lot more resources on hand and you want to do a higher level of due diligence on your investment, which you could. So in this case, let's say you're going for annual checkup and you have a lot more resources and you could afford it, you go above and beyond. So instead of just going to my general family physician, I will go ahead and go straight to my cardiologist, my neurologist, my podiatrist, chiropractor, annually, not just a general physician, general family physician. So you can imagine you're going to that many more specialists, it will cost a lot more and it is not as efficient. But of course, if there are areas of concern, problems that may not show symptoms, those specialists are much more likely to catch it because they are specialists and they focus on one specific area only. But the chances of something, let's say I have heart problems, right? I would need to go to a cardiologist. But if I'm not ever showing any symptoms for any heart problems, and for me to go to a cardiologist every year, that would be kind of a overkill to go to a cardiologist every year. It would be way more efficient to just go to a general physician and see if there's any concerns before I go to the cardiologist. But if I have that extra resource, then it's okay. I can go to a cardiologist and let's say there are areas of concern, something I should be worried about. Yes, it's good to go to more specialists, but that's if you have more resources on hand. So you can see how that would cost a lot more by going to more specialists right away. So that'd be like getting a roofer, plumber, structural engineer right away when you're doing your due diligence on your investment. It's more expensive, but you uncover much more. Now, let me take a step back. I'm talking about all these investigations into your investment and you're getting all these specialists, you're spending all this money. Keep in mind, there's no limit to how much money you spend on your investigations. You could even spend $1 million on your investigations. And you know what? At the end of the day, maybe a year into your investment, something can still go wrong. So that's why, depending on where you are, it may be better to be taking the efficient route, or if you have more resources, then go ahead and take the more costly route and get all the specialists to do your investigation on your investment. So those are the two ways you can approach it, and I've seen both methods, and I've also seen that it doesn't always uncover every single item that may come up. Because an investment is just like a human body. You never know. Something can always go wrong. All the specialists in the world will not uncover it until it may be a little bit too late, until there's no turning back. At that point, you just have to power through it, find solutions, and overcome the situation. So that's the truth of the matter. So I shared with you those two methods. Now I want to share with you two or three really cool gadgets that I seen inspectors use, and I want to share with you. I think it's really cool for doing your due diligence. The first cool thing I want to share with you are aerial drones. Now, from aerial drones, you can go ahead and see the entire big picture view of your investment. You can see the roof condition, you can see the yard, you can see the big picture all together. That's why I think it's actually a really cool tool, instead of how some inspectors in the past just climb up to your roof, take a look at it visually. It's easy to miss everything. With aerial drones, you can see everything, snap a picture, and examine it more clearly at a later time if need be. The next cool thing is infrared imaging. So you can see here, it can look behind the wall and detect moisture or heat, and it's a different level of sight that our own human eyes cannot see. It's almost like superpowers. So that's another cool tool that I think is amazing, that you should know about, that inspectors use to investigate your investment. Well, there you have it. You see the efficient way to go about your investigations for your due diligence on your investment. And you also saw the way you can do it if you have more resources. And you also saw the cool gadgets that inspectors use. But I do want to let you know, that is more on the superficial side, looking at the physical part of your investment. There's also the financial side, managing the people aspect of it. That's something I'm going to share with you at a later time. I may even bring in, like I said, some property managers, some developers, some financial experts, insurance agents, so you can learn even more. So stay tuned. If you have any questions, reach out to me. We'll sit down together for a strategy session and go more in detail about your goals and your plans, so we can have a strong strategy and put you in a position of strength. You take care and have a good day.